Hey guys, what's up? It's Mr. C. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about events. We're going to learn about what events are. We're going to learn about how computers use events in programs like video games. And in this particular lesson, we're going to program a basketball game. And in this basketball game, we're going to focus on what events are through the context of a controller. What is an event? An event is an action that causes something to happen. So you're seeing an old school controller here. This is my controller. I was a Nintendo guy. And we're gonna really focus on this area of the controller today. Although events do control all the buttons on this controller, okay? You're probably used to this. This is more of a modern day controller here. And again, we're gonna focus on this part of the controller today through this basketball game. We're gonna work through a set of puzzles, making the program react to the events. So again, pressing these arrows are gonna make the controller do something. It's an action that causes something to happen. So if I press to the right, the controller will move it to the right. If I press to the left, it's gonna move to the left. But we gotta do all that work, okay? So let's get into it. Let's take a quick look at what to expect today. If we look over to the left, you're going to see the game space. You can see a hand, you can see a basket, and look at that little gray button right there. That gray button is the controller, right? And that will show us that we can move left. Then we're gonna look up at the directions. The directions are so important today. I've heard kids say, I don't really read the directions. I just kind of like look around and figure out what to do, which is great to start. Like I love it when students look at the blocks and they look at the task and they try to think through what might be happening. That's a great place to start. Let me just tell you something right now. Today, the directions are critical. We must look at the directions, okay? So I'm gonna take a look here at the first one. So, for example, in the first puzzle here, I can see that when we press play, get to the hoop, attach a block to the when left arrow event, and press run to move the player to the net. So, I'm gonna attach my, well, which block would make sense, first of all, right? The move left block would make sense, right? And then I'm gonna go over here to where my controller is. I'm gonna press run. Notice how the controller lights up now. It's yellow. That means it's functioning, it's ready. And I know we're used to you moving like in move forward buttons. We don't have those. So when I tap on that move left, notice what's happening. It's moving one little bit. Continues to move a little bit. I can press and hold down and look what happens. All right, I've completed my first puzzle. It's that easy. When I move on to my second puzzle, I've got my screen looking like this now. Notice that they've added a when right arrow. Look down at the box. In the game area, I can see there's a right arrow controller. So I'm noticing, okay, there's a new event. That's the event. The green box right there, that's an actual event. So now I'm gonna read the directions. Now attach a block to the when right event so that the hand can get to both baskets. Okay, I need to get to both baskets right now. You reread if you need to. Now attach a block to the when right event so the hand can get to both baskets. All right, so I'm gonna move that over to the move right. Of course, I've done move left. Now I'm gonna move right. I'm gonna press run, and now I need to touch both baskets. I'm gonna go and press hold the right button down. I got to that basket. Now I'm gonna hold the left button down, and let's get to the left basket. Boom. Okay, so now when we go into part 3, there are a lot more events here. I can move them around the screen even, all right? I've got new blocks, I've got new events. I like to observe the screen. I'm gonna do a live demonstration where I'm gonna go into great detail on how to go about approaching difficult puzzles like this today. All right, just remember, every single step I do here will follow me to the next puzzle, to puzzle 4. All right, so let's walk through this one together. We're going to send a basketball flying towards the hand. Attach a block to the when ball hits hand event to ensure the ball reaches the hand. So I'm gonna just look through. I've got my when left arrow, I've got my when right arrow. Those are set up correctly. Okay, so I see when ball hits hand, when ball hits wall, when ball hits goal. All right, I think this is the one they're talking about. Let's reread. Let's reread.
We're going to send a basketball flying down towards the hand. Attach a block to the when ball hits.
Let me read again. We're going to send a basketball flying towards the hand. Attach a block to the when ball hits hand event to ensure the ball reaches the basket, okay? So when ball hits hand, what's going to make sense? Move left, move right, bounce ball, bounce ball. That's gonna make most sense. Then I notice there's a play bounce sound. I'm not there yet, I don't need that. Let's run it, let's see what happens. It bounces off the hand and it goes in the hoop. Awesome. That worked. Let's detach the bounce ball. Now let's look what happens, right? Let's reset it and let's run it. Ooh, notice what happens. Did it bounce? It did not bounce. Bounce ball off hand. Let's run it again. Boom, boom. Now let's go on to the next puzzle, right? And let's see, look, it saved everything. It's got the bounce ball off hand. Notice that followed me to this piece of code. Okay? Now I continue. All right, guys? So I hope that's a quick little introduction on what events are. I'm encouraging you to join the Zoom session. We'll walk through this more in detail. You can ask questions. Sometimes when you watch a video, things might be a little bit confusing, right? That's natural. Things might be confusing right now. And the only way to work through them is to ask questions, is to have that conversation sometimes. So I'll be live on Zoom today. Come on in. I'm going to actually walk through this demonstration live, talk through it, answer your questions. You can even work through it together with me. So if you're someone that's struggling and you want some support, hop on Zoom. We'll work through this together. I'll actually be pausing and allowing you to go do your work a little bit and come on back. So it'll be a fun session, I hope. It's a live demonstration. I'll also be answering questions. Any questions you got at all, I'll be there to answer them. If you join, we won't just focus on this one. We will answer any other question you've got. So we start with the questions, then we'll move on to the demonstration here on Lesson 7. Okay, guys? Hope to see you there. Take care.